What's going on, guys? Peter Zhang coming at you over here at Benzinga and MarketFi. Want to make sure that you guys get your weekly outlook via the options. All right, so things that we want to look after in the past week is pretty much the post-earnings players. All right, Amazon had earnings last week. Couldn't really find a bounce. Overall, I really like this one short. She's, we were testing overall SPY highs, all-time highs today. I'm pretty sure that we're going to break that. That's 159.70 area. In the meantime, Amazon has not been able to find a bounce. She's actually printing the lows of the day as we speak. I like this swing short, possibly look into next week's options or the week out, a week further into the 240, 235 swing short on the put side. Overall, Apple, we were actually able to swing out a $250,000 trade out of this, out of Friday into today. I like this action. Overall, the options for the calls were almost 100% priced in. Unfortunately, even while we played something that just happened to go right in the money today, there was no additional premium. That's one thing you have to consider when you're playing Apple and the risk reward there. All right, a lot of the market makers and a lot of the options players out there know exactly how far these measured moves will go. All right, so overall, I like the bullishness of Apple. I do want to start anticipating a little bit of a SPY fade, of a SPY short-term trend down coming in soon. Again, I could see this Apple pierce through 435, 440 area and then fade all the way down to 420s. Overall, I don't think the risk reward is on your side anymore for the long trade. I like any type of writing strategies above 450s for the calls, possibly even 455s, 460s. If there's any premium left in those should be relatively simple writes into the rest of the week. Okay. Another good writer out there for all you guys who have the buying power to do any writing strategies is Netflix. All right. Netflix post earnings was able to hold the 210 area, kind of shoved down on the 220 as well. I could see this being a relative fader with the markets as well. I like any of the writes beyond the 230, 240 call area. You can start those earlier. In addition, Priceline as well. All right, Priceline has been able to move relatively fluidly on the upside and kind of choppy on the downside. But the really good thing about it is that because of its big move last week, there's overall a lot more volatility priced into it. Okay, so remember, guys, on our options, we're talking about volatility, time decay, and delta. All right, because there's so much volatility priced into it, you could write the 750s and the 760s for a whole entire dollar into the rest of the day. I like this one a lot for a writing strategy on the call side. If you want to be safe, go ahead and you can write puts there as well. Do any type of credit spread writing. Those are relatively good strategies there too. Okay. Overall, let's give a look at the SPY itself. Okay, so last week we had a temporary attempt at SPY lows. All right, overall that bumped volatility up, as you can see in the VIX. It tried to go a little bit further, but it could not make it. SPY is actually testing all-time highs as we speak right now. 159.70 is the all-time high. We were able to hit 159.65. Overall, I think there are a lot of stops above the highs. I like the idea of a pierce through and then the fade for the rest of the week. Okay, I want to be in short the rips mode. Okay, so overall, guys, the risk is off right now in terms of buyers in the market. Okay, all I see is pretty much distribution across the board up here at highs. So the idea is to pick your best horses. When you have a big market shift lower, usually it's the financials that lead the way. But unfortunately, being able to throw out basket trades such as the JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Bank of America has been a little bit crazy recently. Okay, because of the earnings, because of Boston, because of all the macro environmental factors that have been going on, it's been relatively tough to be able to actually swing anything across the financials. So it's best to pick your best horses out there. Okay, if you don't like to play the SPYs, go ahead, pick up some VIX, go ahead, pick up some SPXU. Any type of those triple leveraged bears would be relatively okay. Look about maybe 2 to 3 strike prices out, possibly 1 week to 2 weeks out for a swing short. Okay, and again, guys, this is a relatively tough market to swing short because again we're just kind of floating all the way up, and that's okay because again, guys, you have to understand and you have to anticipate just the way the market anticipates. Best movers for the short, I would say, is the Amazon and Priceline. Priceline, I like to look for a trade back under 700s for the back to the test for the 680 area. I possibly look into next week's or the week after, look into swing and buy a few of the puts on the 670 line, 675 line. In addition to the Amazon, because of her weakness today and also the post-earnings just massacre in general, I like this swing short all the way down to possibly 240. Again, use discretion on how you trade those. Amazon options can trade very, very crazily, okay? But overall, guys, markets have been putting in highs. It's really nice trading on the Apple. We were able to whip out a $250,000 trade, thankfully, in Apple. We're going to pretty much call it a month in terms of the gains that the markets have put in. And really wanted to look at the swing short area, at least for a temporary change in trend. So for the SPYs, guys, I have my targets set on a temporary target of 156 down to 154. Okay, I like those areas for a swing short. Look for those spots for your next week's or the week after options, and make sure you understand where you're on your decay. Don't spend too much money at the very beginning just because you have to slowly build into these short positions. Okay, shorts have been burned when they put too much risk on recently. So again, learn from your mistakes, understand how your puts are being priced, and spend a little bit less money. All right, so again, guys, I like the swing short idea into the next couple weeks. We'll do another market outlook next week to see where we stand. But guys, again, this is Peter Zhang over at Benzinga and MarketFi, over and out.